"We've been so anxious for you to be home," her mother put in quickly, patting Beth's face with a white-gloved hand. "You look well. Are you well, Beth? You seem thinner. Have you been eating?" Her mother leaned back to survey Beth, who was dressed in the same travel suit she had worn when she left Toronto last year. "I'm fine, Mother. Never better. Truly." Julie pressed closer, grasping Beth's arm. "There's so much to tell you. Just wait till you hear. It's simply glorious." Julie's eyes danced with delight. Immediately, the girl was shushed and nudged aside by Mother. "Now, Julie, all in good time, all in good time." Turning back, her mother quickly said, "Here, darling, let Julie take your bag." Something in Mother's tone caught Beth's attention. But by then, Julie had quickly grasped the carpetbag, and Beth was wrapped in her father's long, warm hug. All speaking at once, they took her other bags from the porter. Father paid him, and the joyful family headed for the street. Her trunks from the baggage car would be delivered in due time, the porter had said. They tucked themselves into Father's Rolls-Royce, and he nodded to the driver. Beth stared out at the long lines of traffic on familiar, nicely paved roads, crowded mostly with rowdy little roadsters, delivery trucks, and periodically a sleek, expensive touring car, all swerving at random to dodge an oncoming streetcar or daring pedestrian. What a contrast to Coal Valley, she marveled silently. I must have forgotten. At last, they left downtown, rolled through a residential area under a canopy of trees, and stopped on the circle of brick pavers in front of the lovely place Beth had called home most of her life. She drew in a satisfied breath as her mother and sister climbed out ahead of her, Julie giggling and Mother pushing her forward with familiar admonitions. Beth was grateful to find that all was as she had left it 10 months earlier. Her eyes lifted to the facade of the 3-story stone English manor-style dwelling. "It seems far larger than I remember," she noted as she stepped out of the car. As if on cue, Margaret and her husband appeared in the open doorway. Beth ran up the front steps and into the embrace of her older sister, and onto John's as well. But her gaze soon was searching beyond them. Margaret, wearing a knowing smile, placed a hand on Beth's arm and nodded toward the wide parlor doorway. Beth's hand flew to her mouth. A sturdy little figure with chubby legs was moving away from them as fast as he could. "My beloved J.W. "Margaret, he's gotten so big. Oh, he's grown up." A mixture of joy and sadness filled Beth's eyes with tears. Wiping them quickly away, she hurried toward her precious little nephew and tried to scoop him up in her arms. But he twisted and wriggled free, taking refuge behind his father's legs. "He doesn't remember me." The realization struck like a cold wind from the Rockies. Margaret slipped an arm around Beth with a small chuckle. "Just give him a little while. He'll soon be following you everywhere until you're begging for respite." Beth smiled, but she still mourned silently. Then was further jarred with another realization. I don't really know him anymore either. "He's such fun for us, Beth," Margaret was saying. "You'll see. We even taught him how to say Auntie Beth, though it still sounds more like Annie Bet, I'm afraid." "He's even talking?" "Yes, more every day, it seems. He's well ahead of others his age." Margaret paused and gave a little laugh. "At least, we think so." Julie had crept up behind J.W., and the almost 2-year-old giggled when he saw her. "And you say Annie Bet just as perfectly as you say Annie Dooley, don't you, little man?" Her tickling fingers sent the toddler squealing up the hallway with Julie chasing behind. Margaret gave Beth's waist a gentle squeeze and led her into the dining room, explaining that lunch was waiting. "We want to hear all about your life out west, Beth. Mother shared most of your letters, but I'm sure there's much more to tell." Beth pictured the flower petals safe in her bag. "More than you know, Margaret, dearest. More than you know." Beth opened her eyes cautiously, looking around the once familiar